Hello everybody, May 10th. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll read, these messages are shorter. We'll read three of them, three older ones, and there's just something briefly to talk about. And forgive me if a lot of things I talk about are repetitious. I've spoken of them before, but I speak what I'm guided to speak about. And many things we need to be reminded of. I certainly do over and over again. So before they finally sink in. And they sink in, whether we realize it or not. We all absorb information and knowledge differently at different rates, different amounts over time. So I'm repeating it because you wanted me to repeat it, and it'll help you. It's always nice to hear or be reminded of something anyways. For me, it is certainly. And if you want to read along and look up in the older blog pages, it'd be number 248, 9, and 50. First two are actually for the Mother Mary. And before I read those, I've heard from a number of people here and there that says, "Oh no, don't pray to Mary. You don't pray to Mary. Don't pray. What does it say in the Bible to pray to Mother Mary and all this?" Like, we're not worshiping Mother Mary. We're not idolizing her. These people and everybody else need to stop and think like, hey, look at the pictures they got hanging on the wall of loved ones. Look at the stuff they're hanging on to at home. Look at the stuff they're pursuing in their daily life. That's idolatry. Those are things you placing stuff before God all the time. Praying to his mother who gave birth to him, who agonized through his suffering and crucifixion, who was given authority over darkness by him, who was made a mother of us all by him. There's nothing wrong with praying to her, turning to her, asking her for help with her son, to be better, closer to her son. Who better to ask than the mother? Do you not go through the mother of others in this physical world sometime in your life to get closer to their child? Do we not naturally turn to our mothers in life before turning to her, before turning to Jesus? Is that not idolatry? Is that not idolatry? Where does it say in the Bible to do that? What it does say is, honor thy mother and thy father. So when we're talking to our Mary and talking to any God, Jesus, Mary, any way, shape, or form, is praying. We're honoring her. We're respecting her. We're honoring the mother and the father. We're honoring the mother who's mother of us all. It said on the cross, "Woman, behold thy son," to the disciple that was there. "Son, decide thy mother." He made her the mother and us her children. All. Completely. So there's nothing wrong with praying to her, whether it's just to honor her, whether it's to thank her, whether it's to look for help. I mean, I turn to the Holy Mother before I turn to my own mother, and I love my mother. But sometimes our own mothers, physical mothers, can't help us with what we need help with. So we turn to our mother. But ultimately, the ideal is to turn to Jesus. He made direct mother. He sent his mother. He sent her to me. He sent her to me. I've seen her. I've heard her speak in my mind. I've felt her touch, her healing. And that's just this life. So absolutely, she's here to help. So prayer to her is no different than just singing the Star-Spangled Banner, honoring the country. That's what it is. Paying respect. So these first two about her. Resilient to the touch, she graces us with her love. Purified by our Father in heaven above. Many have seen her, felt her touch. I have. Angels sing to her, which the world has never heard such. Beauty on flows of air for all to hear, feeling her presence grow ever near. Holy Mother, love so ever true, heals the scars lie deep inside you. Open your heart to her healing power. Let your spirit blossom of heaven's flower. It's an amazing thing. Seed of joy placed there in the beginning, lying dormant as the earth's been spinning. All the answers lie deep within, all that was that's ever been. Shed the skin, let spirits soar, trumpets of heaven hear them roar. Mists are parted, revealing the light. Gaze upon them all, so ever bright. This is passing through into heaven. Peace surrounds you, glorious feel. Unsure if it is all real. That's what you feel. I felt when she touched me with her grace or in her presence. Oh my gosh, it's such a wonderful feeling. Basking in the heavenly glow, soon descends the certainty you know. Home at last from whence you came, promised to you by speaking his name. Jesus, Lord, all there is. Eternally we all are his. That's the process of going to the light. The sensory experience. 249 from July 22nd, 2011. This other one was the 16th, 2011. My mother, diviner of God's grace, oh, how I long to behold thine face. Putrid demons quiver at thy gaze, driven forever into the haze. All bow down to the Mother of Man, given to us by his holy hand. Magnificent, given to us by his holy hand. That's what I talked about on the cross. He gave her to us. Magnificent angel of mercy and light, from whose hand all glory takes flight. O blessed Virgin, healer of our heart, guide us on our path until this life we depart. Forever loving, forever kind, wipe all sin from within our mind. Sanctity and grace surround you, angels of heaven abound you. Jesus walked the lands of this earth, teaching of its glorious rebirth. So again, it's a simple little prayer to Mary given to us. And a number of them. I keep coming across more of them. I didn't realize I had so many that were given to me. Now, number 250 from August 1st, 2011, just a tad longer. Joyful expansion of wisdom and knowledge, wonderful thing, dwarfs anything one learns in college. Right? You learn all that stuff in college and before, nothing. Now you begin to learn about life. Now you begin to seek to learn about him. It's infinite, never-ending process. All learned before from self-professed scholars, teaching ways to make more dollars. Stupefying to behold such lack of vision, leading many astray towards wrong decision. Get caught up in all that. Whither you go, the choice is yours. Free will. Along the path lie many doors. Do as you may, try as you might. Some will lead to eternal night. So you gotta be careful. Ask for that discernment of his will. Only your heart, the spark inside you, the peace of God, can tell you what's false and what's true, and trust in it. Trust in it to guide you hence. Deny not that which is past tense. Sacred right descends through the mists. Deny not which is past tense, which is what Jesus taught us in the past. Sacred right descends through the mists, bringing forth the book of many lists. Names upon names, infinite in number, thousands upon thousands, awoken from their slumber. Joined by those of eternal grace, blessed were they to behold his face. So all these men, those who are awoken. See, that book has the name of every single person that's ever lived in this world, every soul. The darkness is trying to interrupt all this noise. And there's names upon names, infinite in number, thousands upon thousands who were woken from their slumber, and joined by those of eternal grace, came from above. Blessed were they to behold his face.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for calling. Sorry I can't take your call right now. Please leave your name and number, and I'll give you a call as soon as I can. Have a great day. God bless. Night-night.
One of the ways that darkness likes to try to interrupt and stop something. Joined by those of eternal grace, blessed were they to behold his face. Listen to their sacred testament, calling forth across earthly firmament. And one of those ways is through some of these messages. and in other ways they try to constantly communicate to you, dispelling all the false teachings, clouded minds with all their preachings. Die is cast for those who led astray, those who are leading them astray and have led them astray, these false prophets, priests, popes, pastors, so forth. Their time has come upon final day. Learn what you can from the one true teacher, which is what I've told everybody from the beginning. Talk to him first and foremost. Learn what you can from the one true teacher, not from some earthly preacher. Metamorphosis of man comes through the night, amassing all armies of heavenly might. Darkness shall flee upon his arrival. Belief in me shall seal your survival. Forevermore your light shall shine, knowing that your soul is mine. Always you have belonged to me, always your spirit has been free. Do not doubt what you know inside, that place where no evil can hide, which is that spark, the peace of God, which is light. I am he who came before, whose truth was lost in ancient lore. All shall know, he's telling us, his truth has been distorted and corrupted so many times. No wonder people led astray easily. I mean, if somebody twists something and they start preaching it to somebody, and they go out and preach what's already twisted, and then they put their slant to it, and it gets twisted more and more and more down the line through generation after generation after generation. So seek the source, learn from the source. This thing, because you can't see and hear and feel him like you can a physical being, doesn't mean he's not there. Talk to him, seek him, find him, ask from him, and you will receive from him. Then your door will be open to you as you knock. Will it happen right away? No, you gotta keep doing it, and keep doing it, and keep doing it, and believe in it, believe in it. When you start experiencing something, you think you heard something, or something was spoken to you, or given to you, believe it. Build that faith. And it gets easier and easier and easier. Instead of taking the easy route, just going, sitting in a church, or reading a book, or talking to whoever, whatever, wherever, and getting the second hand, third hand, fourth hand, 1,000,000th hand version of the truth. Seek the truth from the one true teacher. I am he who came before, whose truth was lost in ancient lore. All shall know the truth's withheld, until the time all darkness is repelled. Go to sleep, my child, more to come, how to heal deaf, blind, and dumb. So, wonderful words to follow and listen to. Another thing I wanted to mention again, it talks about building faith and working from the bottom up. You know, I've used the school analogy before many times. I mean, if you've only learned addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, you're not going to understand advanced calculus. You have to learn the stuff in between. I mean, it's like, and not just dismiss it because you don't get it, or it's too far out there. You know, ask the discernment, ask to be taught to learn where you can understand it. And tell if it's okay, what's truth and what's lie. I mean, it's like your brain, very little of our brain we use. So it's like filling up our brain with knowledge because it builds on from synapse to synapse to synapse to synapse. You know, it's like when you're filling up a container, empty container, and you don't fill up the top part of the container and then fill in the bottom, or you fill in the bottom and then start filling up the top. You can't do it. It just naturally falls down to the bottom, piles up on top of it as it fills up, whether it's liquid or solid, or a solid material. So you have to start from the bottom and build up. That's just how it works. You're blowing up a balloon. That air is going in and is expanded as the air fills out and goes further out and lifts you up like a hot air balloon. That's how it works with faith in the brain, learning, knowledge. You gotta be patient, and he'll bring you along with the pace you can handle. He doesn't want to give you something that he knows you're not gonna understand. You're just gonna dismiss it out of hand. Let's say the person's crazy. You don't know. So a lot of stuff I share, a lot of stuff I experienced early on with some of these messages, I didn't get them right away because I didn't have the knowledge and the faith to accept it and understand it and grasp it. Now I do. Occasionally I'll still get something to come across that's a little harder to understand, especially with these hidden Bible messages I post. That's why I just kept posting them. Then I finally was moved to ask for discernment of the meaning. So now I get discernment of what I feel is close to what it is. I mean, what I share, the explanation I give in parentheses is what's coming across me, because I'll ask to receive. I'll open up the page of the Bible and say, okay, Lord, help me see the messages in there. And I'll write them on the computer. And then it's like, okay, give me discernment of what was being said here, what's being shared. And I'll just look at them line by line. What comes to me is what I share. Now, whether people will agree with it or not, or they read the lines and they get something different, awesome. Share it. Share it with others. Share it with me. I'm happy to hear it. Because your perception, we all perceive God differently. Because we're all different. Different set of eyes, spiritual and physical. Different minds. So, be open-minded is the main thing. And some things you thought were true, you might come to find out when you're learning directly from Him, hey, it wasn't right, or was a little off. So you want to learn the correct way from the perfect. He's the perfect tutor, perfect teacher. He only teaches the truth. His truth. It's the only truth there is. So ask for that. Ask to be taught and to learn. And as I said early on, before that happens, you have to unlearn all that you've learned so that you can begin to learn what you need to learn. So you have to unlearn all the false stuff, the half-truths, and the misconceptions that have been put upon you. It's like taking multiple steps backwards where you deviated or led down the wrong way, and then step onto the right direction, right path, and then you begin to learn the correct truth, correct version, and proceed forward from there. So that's what that means. Let me transform the way you think. Same thing. Lord, anything that I'm viewing wrong or been taught wrong, help correct it in me so I know your truth. And you'll be surprised when you start to experience those things. It'll be wonderful. And again, ask for those discernments. His wisdom, His knowledge, His word and truth, His will, His presence, His action and influence in your life, and of darkness. So you can be receiving His truth and discern. Because I used to say, Lord, give me your truth, teach me your truth. The devil's knowing that too. It's like, okay, I'm going to give this to this person, to this pastor, this person I send across your path, or this book you read. I'm going to give it to you. Or this voice speaking in your mind. I'm going to give you the information. Hey, this is the truth. You got to ask for that discernment of all those things so you can tell when the devil's trying to trick you, when God's trying to give you His truth. Whether it's through me or anybody else. The devil's going to try to influence me. I've got protection. And I ask, discernment of His word and truth, but I also ask, when I'm sharing your word and truth, when I'm sharing about you, please make sure that I'm only sharing your truth and your word, not mine or anybody else's. So all this stuff you get to ask for, so you're not led astray, you're not deceived. And there's a lot of deception in the world, even more and more and more and more of it. As more people are deceived, they in turn deceive more people. On purpose, or just by accident. So it's geometric progression outward. So we have to geometrically progress backwards, some of us, so we can get on the right path. Or just ask to be put on the right path. And He may just lift you up. He'll give you partial credit. He may not take you back to the very place where you deviated. He may set you over on his path, but not as far as you would have been had you stayed on His path, but not as far back as where you deviated. Because He may give you partial credit, basically, for life experience, things you've experienced, and just give you clarity to them. Correct them in your mind, so that you don't have to be all the way back where you deviated. But give him that control. Give him that control. Here, Lord, put me in the right path. Get me back on course. I just totally give him control. My free will choice, Lord. I give you free control. Permission to totally control my path. And he does. He does. Again, does it mean sit and do nothing? No. Go out and do what you want to do. Spend that time with him. Put him first. Be always open and aware and cognizant of his guidance and direction. If he closes a window or door or blocks a path that you trying to go down because you want to, or the devil is trying to entice you down, trust in that. It's like, why didn't that work out? Maybe. Oh yeah, ask God to block off any window, door, or path the devil tried to tempt me down, or I wanted to go down myself. It says, help keep me on course and lead me through the windows and doors and along the path that you want me to go. And trust in him. He says, oh, that was so tempting. That was so, the devil knows how to tempt you. Like, oh, that would have been fun. Oh, I really wanted to do that. Well, God, again, sees way ahead. He says, yes, you continue in that path. You were going into the Grand Canyon, going off the cliff. A lot of chaos, a lot of pain and suffering. Stick to this path. Now, is this path of his mean you won't suffer? No. He said, I never promised you would not have suffering in the world. But look at me, I overcame the world. He suffered. So he understands it. But he will help you on his path for you. There's a reason that you'll have to go through that obstacle, or go over it, or around it, right? Or deal with it, experience it. There'll be a reason for it, a very good reason for it. And you might put an obstacle in it to slow you down. Say, hey, you're going too fast. Slow down. Learn patience. Learn this that I'm trying to show you right now. Or just take a rest. So trust in him. When you give that control to him and trust in him, everything is happening because he wants it to happen. And if you're not sure, all you gotta do is rebuke and banish in his name. In the name of Jesus Christ, blood of Jesus Christ, blood of the Lamb, Holy Emmanuel, I rebuke and banish all forms of darkness, physical or spiritual form, from within me and around me, and everything around me. In the name of Jesus Christ, I banish you the fires of hell. Amen. However which way you want to say it. That sends it away, and then anything that you experience, you know it's God's hand in it. You say, hey, take it from me, Lord. Help me get through it. Help me understand it. And trust in you. That's it. So, rambled on a little more than I planned to, so forgive me for that. Hope this helped everybody. Helped one person a little bit. That's something. So enjoy your day, enjoy your night. Have sweet dreams, depending where you're at. And peace of Christ. God bless.